Hello and welcome to this new Excel tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to use conditional formatting in Excel. I will start with a comparison to normal format. Then I will go through some of the built-in criteria and conditions available in Excel. Afterward, I will show a couple of examples for formula-based conditions, how to manage and edit the formatting rules, and finally, I will go through the built-in presets for better visual presentation of the data. Let's get started. Normal formatting is the formatting you apply with these buttons. The fonts of cells and data, their color, appearance, alignment, and so on. This format is static. It does not depend on the cell's value, but its content category, like text, numbers, dates, etc., etc. Conditional formatting is formatting that is dependent on a cell's value. When the value meets the conditions you have set, the format of the cell will change to the format presets you chose and saved. If the value changes and does not meet the criteria set anymore, it will lose automatically its formatting. To access the conditional formatting options, you must click on this button in the Home tab. The Conditional Formatting button opens a 3-section window. The first section contains the in Excel built-in criteria. These criteria will cover a huge part of the conditions most people need. The second section contains presets for visualizing and representing data patterns. The third section allows you to create your own criteria as well as managing the rules. I will go through each of the sections step by step. So here I have a table containing data about alcohol sales. We have the order ID, the date of sales, office location, country, alcohol category, number of units, and revenue. I will show 4 examples how to highlight the data of this table with the built-in criteria in Excel. I will apply those formats when those conditions are met for those defined criteria. For the first example, this means if the dates in the date column are between date 1 and date 2, which I will define later, I would like Excel to format the data with a light red formatting. To do that, select the range of data you want to format. Go to Conditional Formatting, highlight Cell Rules. Here you have multiple options. Choose the Between criteria. A pop-up window will appear. In this drop-down menu, you can choose the format you wish. I will stick to light red fill in this first example. Since we selected the date column, Excel suggests automatically 2 different dates. If we select a range of numbers instead of dates in the table, Excel will suggest numbers. Now we have 2 possibilities. The first one is to enter the dates we want in the pop-up window directly. The second one is to link the criteria cells to cells in the sheet. This will allow us to apply changes directly in the sheet. You will see in a second what I mean. So now I will connect the first date to cell N3, my first criteria, and the second date to cell O3, my second criteria. Press enter. Now any date between those defined criteria will be highlighted with the format we chose. The advantage here is that it is a dynamic highlight. If I change the criteria set in the sheet or the data in the table, the right values will be highlighted. This is a wonderful dynamic method to use in your presentations. For the second example, I want to search the text in the order ID column. Any text I enter here should be highlighted in the column with this format. To do that, select the range of data, go to Conditional Formatting, highlight Cell Rules, Text that contains. Connect the criteria to cell N4 or any cell of your choosing. Excel will show us a preview. Everything is highlighted in red because we have not yet defined the criteria. Change the format to green fill with dark green text. Press OK when you finish. Now any text I enter in the cell will be highlighted. If I enter WH for whiskey, the cells will be highlighted. If I enter WI for wine, the cells will be highlighted. Imagine the advantage if you have a huge list with thousands of data. Now for the third example, I would like Excel to highlight duplicate values with this format. Select the revenue data column. Go to Conditional Formatting, highlight Cell Rules, Duplicate Values. Here you have the option to choose unique values or duplicate values. Excel will show you a preview, which is awesome. Click on the drop-down menu and select Custom Format. Here we have the possibility to apply any format we want. For example's sake, I will choose a bold font style, change the writing color to white and the background color to red. Here you have all the possibilities you normally have with normal formatting. Choose whichever format you want and press OK. All the duplicate data are highlighted. Again, just like before, this is dynamic. Now for the last example, I would like Excel to highlight top 7 numbers with this format. So again, select the data, go to Conditional Formatting, Top Bottom Rules. Here you have a lot of possibilities. Top 10, 10%, bottom 10, above average, etc., etc. Click on the top 10 criteria, choose this format. We will edit it later, and adjust the number of the top data from 10 to 7. Click OK. As you can see, the top 7 data are highlighted. Now select the data again, go to Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules. The rule in the data we selected will appear. Select it and click on Edit. Here we have the possibility to change again the number from 7 to anything we want, as well as the format. Click OK when you finish. So as we saw before, the built-in criteria in Excel will cover most of your needs. In addition to that, and to gain more control and possibilities, we can apply formula-based conditions. In the first simple example, I would like to highlight the rows in the table for the sales done in February. Select the whole table, go to Conditional Formatting, New Rule. Choose the last option, which is a formula to determine which cells to format. Choose the format you want and apply to the rows. For the example, we will use the AND function. If you are not familiar with that, the function returns true when all its defined criteria are met. If not all are met, it will return false. Write in the formula. If C3 is bigger or equal to my first criteria and C3 is smaller or equal to my second, then the function will return true and the complete table rows will be formatted. Now before we continue, we have to make sure that criteria 1 and 2 are a fixed reference. The date column is a fixed reference, whereas the date rows are relative reference. This means Excel will apply the conditional check to each and every row. In other words, we have to remove the $sign before the 3. Press OK when you finish. As you can see, the rows that match the conditions are highlighted. If you change the data in the criteria cells, the formatting will be updated. Writing formulas in the conditional formatting bar might be challenging at first. I clearly recommend that you test the formula in a cell in the worksheet, then copy it to the Manage Rules window. So let's test this. Drag the formula and you will see that where it turns true, the rows are formatted. This means that the formula works perfectly. Copy it from the first row and paste it in the conditional formatting formula bar. So now I will add a third example. I would like the rows of the sale done in February, but only the ones over 500 liters, to be highlighted. I will adjust the formula in the sheet and then copy it to the conditional formatting formula bar. So again, the first data in the number of units column must be bigger than the criteria I enter in cell 014. Make sure that 014 is an absolute reference and the rows of the number units data are relative reference by removing the $sign before the 3. Double-click on the bottom right of the cell where the square is shown. Excel will drag the formula along the corresponding cells. Copy it from the first row, go to Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules, choose the rule. Double-click on it to edit and paste the formula in the Conditional Formatting formula bar. Press Apply, and as you can see, the rows where all 3 criteria are met are highlighted. For the last formula-based condition, I would like to highlight all cells that contain a formula. To do that, select the whole table and go to Conditional Format, New Rule, and choose the last option. Choose the format you want. Enter in the formula bar equal is formula function. Enter B3 in the parentheses and close them. Since we want Excel to check each and every cell in the table, no $sign is required. The formula will return true when the cell contains a formula and false when not. In other words, all the cell containing formulas will be highlighted. This is a great method when you receive a new Excel file and don't know where the formulas are, or when working with a file you have not opened and edited for a long time. A very useful method. If you go to Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules. All the new rules will be automatically placed on the top of the list. This means that the formatting chosen will be prioritized and shown on the top layer of the cells. If I reduce, for example, the rank of the formatting with these control buttons and press apply, you can see that the first three rules and their corresponding formatting are prioritized. The best two ways to delete conditional formatting are to go to the conditional formatting button, clear rules option, and then clear the rules from selection or the entire sheet. Otherwise, you can go to Manage Rules, select the rules you want, and delete them manually. With conditional formatting, you can apply visualizing presets that help to easily recognize trends and patterns in your data. You have the possibility to choose data bars, color scales, and icon sets. Let's start with the data bar. As usual, select the range of data, go to Conditional Formatting, Data Bars. The upper section contains bars with a gradient fill in different colors. Gradient fill means that the main color will fade to a lighter version of that color. The bar length depends on the value of the cell. The higher the value, the longer the bar, and the opposite is true. The lower section contains bars with a solid fill in different colors. A solid fill means the entire bar has the same exact color. Select the format you like. If I change any of the cell's value, the bar length will change accordingly. Excel allows us full control over the conditional formatting presets. Select the data, go to Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules, and Edit Rules. Here you can change the presets. Choose the bar only option, which will hide the number and show only the bar. The minimum and maximum values are chosen automatically. You have the possibility to edit and enter any number you want. This is useful if you want to change the relative length of the bar. Relative length to the maximum and minimum value. You can adjust the bar appearance, the color, the borders and their colors, the direction of the bar, etc., etc. A preview of the options you chose will be shown here. I just wanted to show you that you have full control over the formatting. Press OK when you finish. The second option is color scales. When you hover over the option, Excel will show you a preview of the data. Each scale is named based on the colors. The first part of the name represents the color for the highest value. The last part of the name represents the color for the lowest value. Each cell will have a color based on its relative value. Values in between the max and minimum will be a color blend in between. In other words, the color intensity is relative to the maximum and minimum value and its color. The first 6 options are a 3-color scale representation. The other options are a 2-color scale representation, meaning only 2 color instead of 3 with different color intensity. As with data bars, you have full control over the presentation. You can change, replace, adjust how the presentation is done. A preview of the changes is shown at the bottom of the window. Click OK once you finish adjusting the format to your needs. Here you have the possibility to choose icon sets that represent the value of your data. In the upper section, you have a directional set. Upper arrow if the values go up and so on. In the second section, you have shapes, indicators, and rating to visualize the data you have. Go over them with the mouse. Excel will show you a preview. Click on the option you chose. Again, here you have full control. You can edit the rule, change the icon style, Adjust the representation, meaning at which value will Excel show the selected icon and which values the other ones. By default, a percentage is chosen. You can adjust that and distinguish by a number instead of a percentage, etc., etc. Make the changes you want and click OK. Apply changes.